Hello and welcome to Crit Happens, a show where several losers lost in time come together to play Dungeons and Dragons. Once again, my name is TJ and I'll be serving as Dungeon Master for these doo-doo heads. Now it is my pleasure to welcome everyone back to El Bastia. Last picked up as the party woke up from a long rest in the Uber Volrer Tavern in Senros. The party went downstairs where they enjoyed some home-cooked meal, cooked by Wulf's wife, Rika. Then you all set out to handle the day's business in Senros. Began by meeting Iris, the dean of the Bards College, who asked a few of you to go and meet a potential recruit for the Forgotten Below. As several of you followed Lily to find this new person, Wolf set out to handle some tavern-centric errands. The rest of you went to the bookstore and the marketplace. Upon your arrival, where you all gathered outside of the tavern, you met the pink-haired fawn who followed Lily closely, and introduced yourself as Zenny. Just as the group showed their welcomes, a faint whistle and rumble could be heard. As you all turned around, you watched a flaming ball of fire crash into the tavern, bringing the structure toppling to the ground with all inhabitants inside. And this is where we pick up tonight. So, everyone except for Cameron, can I get you to make a dexterity saving throw? Hello.
Wolf.
All right.
16.
Okay, and Wolf.
10.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, Rauva passed. Oh, let's see. Hope. 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 Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes, okay. So, our failures are Yrlakk, Wulf, Lily, and Shake. Structure is struck by the ball of fire. It begins to crumble and collapse. Debris comes flying out all across the square. Those of you that failed your saving throw are hit by debris and you suffer 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
It's 6.
The rest of you don't suffer any damage. It was just a dodge out of the way kind of thing.
6.
So not.
I'm
so ambidextrous.
As the dust begin to settle, get everyone to make a perception check. While you're doing that, Wilumo,
Yeah.
up the road about 15 minutes or so, you step outside of your inn that you managed to sequester for the evening. Stretch your back and you hear a crash from about probably about a mile, maybe 2, to the north.
Okay, that's in towards the... Wait, am I in the city? I forgot.
You're just outside of the city. The sound is coming from within the city.
Oh, it's coming from within the city. Okay. Yeah, might as well check it out, head over that way.
Go ahead and make a perception check. I gotta make. Ooh.
That's gonna be a 9.
Back to Cameron rolls. His Zero session was so good, he was rolling so high.
It was disgusting.
Okay, so you don't really take off running. There's no need to run. Why bolt down the road? It's just sounds, just screams. So you sort of meander. You just meander through the city, and you stop for a minute because you see these roses. Now that it's brighter outside, you can see more of the details in the city. And right now, walking through the outer residential area, you see these beautiful gardens that these people seem to have, and stop and you manage to pluck a rose and continue walking and. Make it, it takes you about probably 10 minutes to walk the first half of that walk or so. So I'll pause there for a second.
I'm gonna
Meanwhile,
put those in my inventory.
do it. Put a rose in your inventory. Granny would love it. The rest of you, Wulf, your perception check.
22.
From 18 and Yrlakk.
16.
Okay. All of you rolled high enough. As you look to the sky, you see like these jetting, like metal masses flying through. And look up and you see, let's see, you had a 22, Wulf.
Mm-hmm.
You can just make out that the metal masses that are flying are humanoid in shape.
That's not terrible.
Sort of familiar to maybe a member of your party in their shape, just smaller hips. Meanwhile, the rest of you do see that there is currently a warforged floating about maybe 30 feet above the ground, with flame in both hands. Probably from about the trajectory of which the massive ball of fire is flying. What would you all like to do? You hear scream coming from around the city at this point. It's beginning to pick up, and you can see things come raining down all around. You watch that some of these metal humanoid figures sort of begin to gather near the university. Here still. I'd say by the university there's about 5. You've seen probably 15 or 20 of them flying overhead.
Yeah. I don't really know what to do, honestly, in this position. I guess I'm just gonna try to like start taking some of the debris off of me that is, incapacitating me right now.
As you move the debris around, you do see that currently Chuck has one of his legs stuck under a massive piece of debris. Everyone else seemed to make it out okay. However, Farron does have a pretty large gash, kind of like on his cheek and down into his chest. As he pulls a piece of glass out of his chest and throws it down. And he summons his blades. I don't know. As you take this beautiful rose and smell it, you're just thinking about, man, Gran would think of this thing as quite the snack.
Yeah.
You take a small nibble and put it into your pack, and as you look up, one more perception check.
Okay.
It'd get you a second chance in there.
There you go. I'm so oblivious. 14.
DC was 12. So.
Oh.
You look up, and now you see these like flying metal humanoids jutting through the air, sort of in all directions. Very Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Okay. Yeah.
So for our non-Harry Potter viewers, that's like people just flying everywhere, like spells flying everywhere. Except none of them are on brooms; they're just flying. Then you continue along, and you see that there is a small group of about 5 or 6 collecting, maybe like quarter mile to your like northeast. And you also see smoke billowing, and begin to hear screams from all around. A huge density of screams coming from that area.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still pretty curious. Let's go ahead and let's move a little bit towards that direction. But I want to kind of keep closer to the walls of buildings that I'm walking past.
Are you trying to be stealthy or just trying to stay sheltered?
Just sheltered.
Okay. Awesome. So you continue along. Are you trying to see how close you can get to it, basically?
Yeah.
And let's go ahead and make a dexterity check to see about how fast you're moving.
Five.
Okay. You're like you're full on like sprawled against the wall, like tiptoeing along it. Going pretty slow. You see a granny with a walker who like shows, but get the hell out of the way. She continues walking, but you're safe against this wall.
Nice.
Meanwhile, you all had a moment to sort of gather yourselves and remove the debris from yourself and start looking at one another. you watch as Atlas comes sort of floating down from the tower, looks at all of you. What are you doing?
Princess?
He looks to the tavern and back at Wulf. Wulf, are you doing or saying anything?
I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. I don't think he entirely knows what's going on yet, but he's pretty angry.
Wulf just sort of like just see his like muscle pulse. Oh, at this point, it would be wise of me to get my cameras out. Oh. Here. Mister, did you need my timers?
Thought he was over here.
It's fine.
Is the tavern like completely like laid?
Not like it's not dust, but the roof is caved in and there's just like broken walls.
Is it still standing?
No. It's best to say no. It's in ruin.
Yeah.
You know there were people in there.
Yeah.
That's definite. So, as you all kind of process, Wilumo, after about probably close to 10 minutes or so, begin to creep upon this square.
Uh-huh.
Looking in, you see those three large buildings you had seen before that she had pointed out to be the university. The guy
Oh, yeah.
And you see, currently those Warforged are just sort of hovering above the center of the three. You look around and you see that a couple of buildings seem to be on fire or have pieces broken off of them. There are people in the streets running around. There are a couple of what look to be like deceased humanoids. There's one that looks to be a halfling and another looks to be some sort of elf. Probably a wood elf.
Okay.
When the people gathered, you see a large group in front of a fallen building that you had actually gone in the night before. And you'd weaseled your way into 3 free beers for yourself, Bran, and your guide twice.
Yeah, it's a 6 free beers. 6.
Oh, yeah, with 6, you got it twice, yeah. Because you claimed you were with a group of people. And the group of people is now standing outside of this tavern. So you see a pink tiefling who is pushing a large rock off of herself. An old man who is not standing, who is like sort of on one knee and the other leg is bleeding profusely. You see a Voldemort green looking dude with mutton chops. He's pretty ugly. Think of like if you can look up the word if you could describe a person as snot.
Okay.
Pretty fair.
Yeah. There is a wide hipped, childbearing hip size Warforged in black and red paint with a yellow beanie and tattered jeans.
Childbearing imps?
Yeah.
Okay.
There is one drow female, one drow male. The female is more slender, the male is kind of stocky, not grossly so. And then there is the dwarf, about a foot taller than you. Long hair, a stubble, and a thick mustache.
Okay.
Are you wearing your jacket, Wulf?
No.
So you do see that he's got, very, very strong physique. It's not like a turn on necessarily for Wilumo, but the purple tattoos running down his arms might do it.
Okay. All right.
And these people are also standing around one very tall, about 9 foot tall, high elf with flowing black hair, very slender, sort of looking around at them like as if they should tell him what to do.
They look rich. Yeah.
They do. They do look. Their pockets look kind of full. Yeah.
Pretty full, huh? Okay. First, can I do something? Okay. First, I'm gonna keep looking in their direction, but I'm gonna make my way slowly, carefully towards one of these deceased humanoids.
Okay. Sure. You being stealthy or just being careful?
Careful, just careful.
Okay, cool. So you sort of creep over to one of them. Are you going to the halfling or the elf?
Which one is closer?
I'd say most likely the halfling. The elf looks
Okay.
to be like outside the shop. The halfling was running through the square and got yeeted somehow.
Alright, I'll go towards the halfling.
So you go to the halfling and you see that they have a deep, like, inset, sort of like from the top of their skull down to their, like, just above their butt cheek, of like this missing gap of flesh.
Ooh.
It looks cauterized. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, at least it's not gushing out. I'm gonna loot it.
Make an investigation check.
Seven.
Okay. You find that the coin pouch was clearly on that back butt cheek that got roasted. So it's gone. But their fine, like, noble's hat looks vastly untouched.
Oh, I'll take it.
Yeah, it's like a very small pirate hat, sort of,
Oh yeah.
It's like velvet red.
And then I'm gonna lay next to him, pretend I'm dead.
Make a deception check.
Okay. $21.
What would you like to do? Good to know. 1 second.
Coming to, I want to take off, see if I can detect anything from that.
Is that immediate? I think. Oh, with
Yeah.
your yeah. There are some active thoughts in the tavern. Let me see. I don't believe it tells you what those thoughts are, does it?
Surface thoughts.
Uh,
What's on its mind at the moment?
roll the amount of people that are in there.
If I wanted to probe deeper, they'd have to make a wisdom saving throw. I just want to know the surface thoughts, just to see if anyone's alive. Basically.
All right. So, okay. Math as well as I'm pausing. Inside of the tavern, you sense there are 3 thinking individuals. All of their thoughts, well, 2 of them, the thoughts are essentially like, how do I get out of here? What do I do? What's next? And for the third, it's, I need to find them. That's all that you picked up.
I'm gonna share that with everyone. Just say there are active thoughts in the tavern still. So there's still people thinking.
Use 21 for your deception check. Okay.
Oh, me? Perception, you said?
Sorry, you rolled the deception check for laying down. It was a 21, correct?
Oh, yeah, the deception check, yeah, 21.
I'm just making sure I had that. So, you all are now faced with a situation. You know there's people inside the tavern. The roof is collapsed. The door is still patched, but it's busted. It was vastly glass. There is fire inside of the tavern, so if you were to go in, it would be a skill challenge to get there and see who you can save. It would be a separate time event than this one. You all have approximately 2 minutes to make a decision for what you're going to do. Alice is asking what you all would like to do, so you need to let him know before he makes a decision for all of you.
I'm going inside.
I was gonna say, I think we should try to go inside.
Is everyone going to go in?
Oh yeah.
Chuck is not. Chuck can't walk.
So is his leg like still stuck, or is it just mangled?
It's mangled.
Okay, I got you.
And Lily is sort of working on treating it.
Okay.
Okay, so we have Rauva,
Yeah, I'm going.
Yrlakk, Wulf.
Wolf said he's going.
Yeah.
Stop this. This turns to all of you. All right, then. As soon as you're back, gather up. Meet me at the bottom of the mage's tower.
Okay.
And he disapparates. Vulcan is going to stay outside and guard the practically deceased. So, Wilumo, you watch that these people walk into a burning tavern.
Pretty smart. I'm gonna army crawl towards them.
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Okay.
Sneak check.
Sneaky, sneak.
Hold on. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay, found it.
I need to change the music. This is going to be a little bit different.
18.
All right. That surpasses all of your passives. You begin kind of arm crawling towards them, and currently the three that are going into the building, four that are going into the building, which is the male and female drow, the nose race, the snot, the gift, and then the dwarf leading the pack, I assume, all leading their way in. And then there's the tiefling, the warforged, the robot, and the old man, all sort of huddled in one spot outside. So now,
So far, rolls are good.
the change will be
I'm not using that.
for this challenge. Which, if Wilumo decides to come into the tavern, then he'll be part of it eventually. Otherwise, you all are going to leave the tavern with maybe some dead or alive people and see this. Oh, person. So, it's going to go in three stages. First stage is going to be find.
Find?
Yeah. It's going to be investigation checks to find someone. And it's also going to be dex saves. The second stage is going to be recover. If you find someone, you got to be able to pass the strength checks.
Oh, you Wulf.
You're going to be able to pass the medicine checks.
I think I have pretty decent medicine. I think I +1. Yeah, so.
For the final stage, which is save, you have to pass the constitution saves. You have to pass the athletics checks.
My gosh.
I think we have our.
One for me.
I think we have our mages in here.
I have a +0 athletics.
I have a +7.
This will take 10 minutes ish. So,
Fine with it.
go ready?
I'm gonna do a quick
I think I might do something like that too. Let me check.
Okay, well, you're checking before you go in. Wilumo, when you do approach the outside of this, what would you like to do?
They've went in, right?
Everyone except for those three have gone in, yeah.
I want to peek inside.
Make a perception check.
Okay. Quick fail.
Okay. As soon as those bodies go inside, fire comes shooting out of the mouth of the tavern, and you
God.
see no one.
My eyes.
You get your eyebrows singed a little bit. It's a good thing you had the portrait yesterday.
Okay.
I think I wanted to cast shield, so that's like the only thing I have. I just wanted to cast something that would kind of protect me since I only have 24 hit points.
Let me take a look at you before you hit the cast button. Let me take a look at your spells.
I mean, I'm looking. Shield's the only one I have.
Because shield only is a reaction,
But
it only lasts for 6 seconds.
Yeah, okay. It's not. Well, I guess I'm just gonna hope I don't die.
If you were to fail a save, like if you were about to fall into fire,
shield.
you can use shield, and it might not make you save,
Yeah.
but it'll give you a bonus to whatever your DC was.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll keep that in mind then.
Most good for this is definitely Wulf.
Yeah.
Vietnam.
Pick it up fair and
There in spirit, at least.
You're pretty well equipped for all this as well, actually. Okay, here we go. Starting the timer now. As you all enter, everyone to start off by making an investigation check that is inside of the tavern.
Nice.
Wulf,
14.
Yrlakk,
7.
and Rauva.
18.
Okay. So, Rauva, you notice as soon as everyone enters, well, all of you can see that there's fire everywhere. The sign that once hung on the wall that had said the name of the tavern has begun to melt, essentially.
Sick.
The metals that were involved in it. The bar is fine, and the handle for the ale is still there. But there's flame all around it. There is debris from the top that has come falling down that you all have to crawl over, and it's extremely hot.
Yeah.
Rauva, you notice that underneath some of this debris there is a couple of bodies, but you don't detect thoughts from those bodies. And probably the bodies that were on the lower levels, for sure. You do see that there is still somewhat of a staircase going up to the top where everybody would be sleeping. About halfway up that staircase, it's broken. You have to jump over the gap in the stairs. There are, a couple of rooms down here you all could go in. There's also still access to the below if you all would like to go down there.
I guess I'll just kind of quickly relay that there are bodies here, but there's not spots from it. If we wanted to go upstairs, we'd have to jump through over a gap.
We go downstairs? I feel like some people might instinctively gone downstairs since the roof caved in and all that.
Yeah.
Cough.
Thinking,
I'm gonna try going downstairs.
let's go downstairs.
So the door is not like wide shut or anything. It's easy. It opens fine. As you all continue down the stairs, can I get you to make another investigation check?
Oh, 22.
Okay. Yrlakk.
7.
All right. And Wulf.
16.
So Rauva and Wulf going down the stairs. There is obviously some like soot footprints coming down the staircase. Fairly small, and then some a little bit larger. As soon as you get to the bottom of the staircase, it sort of turns around, and then there's a little breezeway before a door. Sitting against the door is dead Goliath woman. She is completely burned and just covered in like bubbles in her skin. That had been running the bar, helping out with the Stonehammer family.
Rest.
She is gone. There's no saving her. But the door is ajar, and the small footprints continue. Pushing through, I assume.
Yeah.
Into the next room. There is, the furniture that Wulf had custom made for this tavern. And then there is another door that is currently shut, and you do detect 3 thoughts from within that door. 2 of which you had not heard before.
Which was the one that I heard before?
The one that you heard before is how do I get out of here?
Oh,
One of those thoughts. Yeah.
Like, okay, there are 3 in there. We'll point to wherever.
But you can't quite tell what those thoughts are. You can just tell there are thoughts.
Yeah.
Looking at the door, it looks to be vastly made of iron.
Oh.
So magic doesn't quite get through iron.
Alright, I'm gonna go open the door.
You know, open it, and it seems like it's like wedged shut.
I'm gonna stick my javelin in there and try to like pry it.
I'm going to make a strength check.
No problem. Maybe a little bit of a problem. 17. Oh no, I have advantage on strength checks because I'm rage. And that's a nat 20 for 25.
So you put your javelin in and you pull. The door budges about 6 inches and your javelin snaps. The door is open a little bit, but not enough for you to like get into it yet. But that was the only way you were going to
Can
succeed.
I wall essentially and like push it? What?
Yeah, If you're not 20, I'll agree with that. You're able to push it open enough to where you all can pretty easily squeeze through into the room. Before we continue there, I'm going to pause this. Wilumo, can I get another perception check from you?
Yeah. What do I want to use? Let's use this guy. Oh, what's that?
That's a
Already
good
done. I keep forgetting my stats. Oof,
Oh, Willie.
that's a 20 total.
20 total. It's been about probably 10 or so minutes since they went in. And you're sort of just hiding out, not really like trying to be hiding, just sort of hiding out a little bit away from the door because it was, caught your eyebrow on fire.
Yeah.
And you hear a faint whistle and a rumble. And as you look up, the three people in front of the tavern are not seeming to notice it. The Warforged, Flame, and the old man. They're all focused on whatever's happening there. You look up and you see that one Warforged that had been sitting before has now thrown another fireball directly into the tavern. In its direction, and it's got maybe a few seconds before it hits. Are you saying or doing anything before it hits?
We're gonna
I just yell. I'm like,
Let me see if they do anything. 2. So all three of them turn to you, look up, and jump. Now, I get everyone except for Wilumo to make a dexterity saving throw. You three, Wulf, Yrlakk, and Rauva will have advantage.
Dex save?
Yeah.
$18.
Nice. Rauva
In total.
and Yrlakk.
7.
Rauva, what's your total hit points?
Oh,
Total hit points?
Yeah.
Total 36, but right now I have 24. I knew it wasn't looking good. I was, I'm gonna go in there. But
Because all of you already were gonna take half damage no matter what. If you take no damage and Wulf takes no damage, you'll take half of this number. But if you are not in the basement right now, you all just go upstairs, you would be at 1 hit point. Take 12 points of fire damage.
Jesus.
Meanwhile, people on top that failed were everyone except for Vulcan.
God.
So they are both down 25 hit points.
Not looking so good.
So I need to look and see where they're at.
Oh.
Chuck is unconscious. I wasn't gonna kill Chuck. But he's currently not okay. I believe the boy Vulcan's okay.
No. That's those thick hips.
Alright. That was unexpected. As you all get your way into the room. Oh, so I'll go with Wilumo first, because he's not taking any damage tonight.
yeah.
Ew.
So you watch as they all try to jump out of the way, but the firewall comes hitting down and flames come over and do hit all of them.
Can't jump.
And Chuck doesn't move at all. Chuck goes to run, and Lily and Vulcan forget to grab him. And so he's just like clawing at the ground, and then he just lays there.
I cannot.
It is. And his bad leg is currently on fire.
Oh my god.
Sheesh.
You have
This
no
is
clue that they're
brutal,
alive because you're not close enough. You watch as they dive in the way. The pink tiefling does take a little bit of fire, but puts it out quickly and turns back to the unconscious body. What would you like to do?
Let's see, is that Warforged still in the air?
The Warforged that was in the air is now looking back towards the group that is gathered. And now is about 10 Warforged over the university.
Okay. I'm gonna huddle closer to the wall and watch them.
Warforges or the people?
The people.
So, back inside, let me respond to body real quick.
This is bad. The leg is on fire.
He's on fire.
Body took a nap and he feels like shit, he said. So we'll see if he's able to join us.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to resume the timer. So, going to the next room, can I get you all to make one more investigation check? You finish stage 1. Wulf.
18.
All right. Yrlakk.
8,
It's one better than 7.
I guess.
Rauva.
22.
22. 18 and the 22 with our barbarian and our wizards. Our warlock is just
Smoke's fucking me up right now.
yeah. You're just thinking about like that Swede that you had the other night. But for Rauva and for Wulf, you see currently huddled in a corner, hiding behind a couple of like chests that have been pulled aside. 3 familiar faces. You see a wood elf with short hair and like sort of brownish pale skin, who you recognize to be Lauchen. You do, anyways. The beautiful flowing black hair, and then the green skin of Zatsang. And then the small boy of Wulf's. It doesn't really say or do much. He's sort of hiding. What would you all like to do?
Do they see us?
They all look at you, and Lauchen stands and doesn't say anything. Just looks at you.
I'm like, we need to get out. We need to get you guys out.
All right.
Like, come on.
Yeah,
He picks up the child and sets them on the other side of their barrier that they set up for themselves.
I can carry a child.
He's not telling you to.
Okay. That's your kid.
what?
Child.
I can't hear a single thing.
You must carry your small child.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna pick him up and get out.
You pick up one, start walking out. Okay. Zatsa does look to be hurt. Lauchen sort of like carries her on his arm. Theron goes to the other side, and the two of them sort of support her walking out. As all of you leave this area, can I get a strength check from Wulf? Low DC because it's just flowing.
Oh.
20 total.
Okay, and anyone who wants to make a medicine check can make one.
I'll make
On Zatsa.
I'll make one. Just for the hell of it.
Same. No. Is he 9?
All right.
I got a 15.
Shit. It looks like she has some serious like burning to her back. But she will probably be okay based on what you can look at right now.
I mean, she's able to get up, kind of.
Yeah. And like Theron and Lauchen are avoiding putting hands on the burns. And as soon as you leave this room, you hear more thoughts.
I need to cast it again.
Oh, that's right.
I'll cast it again. I was gonna do that right as you were leaving. I'll cast that again.
You do hear 2 more thoughts from this point.
Where?
Coming from somewhere further up. Both of them are just, I need to get out of here.
I'll just say there are 2 more people, or I can sense that there are 2 more people upstairs or somewhere in this tavern.
You all climb the staircase to the basement. The door is closed. You want to try to open it?
Yeah.
You don't open the door, and it is completely barricaded. You can open it, and it will not open no matter
Now,
how
who the
hard you
hell
try.
did that?
Probably the fireball that destroyed the building, and furthermore.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, Yrlakk was actually gonna say, "Hate to be this guy, but would it even be worth it to go back for the other two people after that second fireball hit and all?" And I'm the only one that took damage from that. So I'm just saying, I don't want to risk another fireball hit.
You're like, okay, let's go. Like,
So basically, Wulf is just gonna like look at him and say, "Then you get out," and like just try to continue searching for people, I guess.
do you want to try to kick the door open or something?
Yes.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
18.
I cannot beat you. You hear, and all of your leg, like, just feels like you kicked a metal door. Like, you feel your knee vibrating. But the door does swing open, and you watch as this large wooden beam is cracked now from when the door impacted it. Meanwhile, the door opens. Anybody that wants to run out can.
I'm running out.
Okay, as you begin to walk, Farron grabs you by like the back of your hair, pulls you back like this, and tries to hand you Lauchen and Zapsa.
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
So make a strength check real quick. It's a low DC because Lauchen's helping.
Oh, okay. Jeez, man. 5.
Oh no. It's fine.
Okay.
Not doing much, but you're at least being a support on the side that is not singed in flames.
At least I do have 12 hit points. So
Yeah,
maybe going outside wasn't the best idea.
fair enough.
They all took 35 points of damage. I want to be sure to run if I'm outside, so.
So, while we're at a point that the party's sort of shifting its dynamic, well, where are you at, Bouts? You're sort of just like hiding out. Oh, you're muted.
Okay. So I kind of imagined, I was hiding next to the opening of this tavern, just on the side of the entrance, like against the wall.
Okay, so I was just sort of sitting there, like, sort of like almost goblin-esque, hobbling against the wall. Watch this tall, broad-chested wood elf come out, followed by a snake-looking woman, sort of. She has like scaly skin, but it's like not gross. And then Voldemort. Yeah, Snotsmort comes walking out with his Voldemussy.
Yeah.
The three of them come out. Make a perception check. I'll make one for Loudon. And that's bad.
Natural 20.
Okay. So as soon as you come out, you see being dragged currently, Chuck being pulled towards the university, who's not responding to anything. And you see that Charles is left behind.
Charles.
Lily is pulling him along, and Vulcan is like scanning the area. Meanwhile, as soon as you step out beyond seeing them, off to your left you see a small, like less than half your height kind of person that's hiding against the wall.
Just kind of looking at him, like making eye contact with him.
Yeah, why don't you describe Wilumo to us?
I make direct eye contact as well. Wilumo, you see this short guy. He got some curly hair. He's kind of dressed up like he's got some poofy garb. He's kind of dressed up like a jester. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He's got some jingly bells on his hat. He's got like those classic like three like I don't know what the tendril hat things. I don't know.
Yeah, the three bells.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look at him and say, if you are real and I'm actually seeing you, are you lost?
I'm not real.
Make a deception check.
Okay,
Making
hold on.
intelligence.
Check my stats.
You said intelligent?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a 20 total.
Any total.
Nat 20.
Okay. You see right through. It's like, I'm not real. And you're just like,
Oh. The smoke's not covering my eyes anymore, so I think you might be real.
I scoot past him and run into the burning building.
I just kind of like get them out of the way of the doorway some more.
okay, you go help them move, Chuck.
Yeah.
Are you leaving Charles?
No, I'll go grab the goblin puppet.
Okay. Okay, meanwhile, back inside, can I get all three of you to roll a perception check? So yeah, so that's Rauva.
First, can I run flowing out real quick and then run back in?
Sure, yeah. I'm not, you're not really like being perceptive, you're just sort of like, blind rage, setting him down, running back in.
My rage is out, but yeah.
Okay. Then you can help Flo and move along as well out of there. Both
Nature,
Rauva and
perception.
Wilumo,
There we go.
you can all make a perception check. Rauva?
The perception sucks. It's 8.
One more time, 20 total. And then Wilumo?
18.
So Wilumo and Rauva, sort of both, as Wulf comes running back in, make eye contact.
Who?
You and Wilumo.
Hate it.
I just stare.
He's like tiny, right?
Yeah, he's like, what are you, 2'5"?
I'm like, hold on, let me double check.
Go.
I am, no, I'm 3'5".
Yeah, what's your race? Are you human?
I'm halfling.
Oh, you're halfling, okay. Guess I could have assumed that much.
Do you need to get out? Do you need help getting out?
I just kind of like, you can see his brain working, trying to think of anything, but nothing comes out.
Okay.
And he's still staring at you.
Well, meanwhile,
Go ahead.
Banger sort of looks at him. Alright, listen, if you're going to be in here, you need to help us, otherwise you need to go. Just like throws a dagger into the door frame next to you.
I'm like, oh, yes, I've been here the whole time. Don't remember me? We've been on so many travels together.
Make a deception check. You're right. He's Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Not 20.
So, yeah. Rauva and Wulf all make an intelligence save. Just to see if you manage to roll a natural 20.
It's 19 now.
No.
That good. God.
All of you are like, oh,
Okay.
alright, checks out.
That makes sense.
We need to continue with this building then.
You're right. That was the plan, right? We're going up the building.
That is the plan.
He gets it.
He gets it.
Where is the next voice coming from?
I think upstairs.
Alright, who wants to lead
Is
the way
it
up the
upstairs?
staircase? It is.
Okay.
So who wants
I'll
to go
go
to the
first.
staircase? Okay. Second set of the
I
timers
will.
going now. Okay. As you go up the stairs, you get up about halfway as there's flames and things falling down. And then about halfway up, there's that gap, about 5 or 6 stairs
Oh, gosh.
that you're gonna have to jump to get across. So, I get a dexterity check.
Dexterity or acrobatics?
It's dex save, so acrobatics would be fine.
Wait, it's a dex save? Because that's different.
You proficient in acrobatics checks?
No, but I get advantage on dex saves that I can see.
Yeah, it'll be a dex save. That's that. Yeah. And anybody that intends to jump that gap can make a dex save.
Oh my.
Okay, 19.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Come on.
And Wilumo, are you gonna jump the gap?
Yeah, you know your boy Wilumo. He got a parkour across that gap.
All right. What's your dex check or dex save rather?
Dex save, dex check. 12.
So, first Wolf goes across and you don't quite make it, but you do catch yourself and pull yourself up. You don't like land on your feet. Same with Rauva. You jump across and manage to just barely land. Oh, you had a 21. I'm sorry, I thought you said something else. You do manage to land
Gracefully.
just barely gracefully. Then Farron goes next with his 23.
Jeez.
He jumps the gap, and Wilumo just out of like straight instinct goes to jump, and Farron reaches around and grabs him by like the head and sets him down on the stair.
That was plan. According to plan.
So now continuing up the staircase, can I get all of you to make a investigation check? Not except for Yrlakk, who's currently sitting on sort of like the stairs leading up to the university with a maybe dead Chuck. I don't know.
Investigation.
And I have Charles too.
Yeah, and you have Charles just sort of like resting, burned in your hands. Rauva?
19.
19, all right. Wulf?
5.
5, all right. And Wilumo?
17.
No, nice.
And 5 as well for Farron. So up here, there are an assortment of usually of like rooms you can go into. Most of them are burned, or are now in the rubble in the ground. There are 2 doors, one at the very end and one about halfway down. You're welcome to try to go into those rooms, but you have to call out which one you like to go into. The best you see, with how long is it still up?
No, I need to cast it again.
Are you going to?
Sure.
Okay.
That's my
Rip your spell slots.
Rip spell slots. Who needs those?
more second level.
You sense one thought behind each door.
There's one thought in each door. Pick your poison.
I go to the middle one.
What's the other one?
Neither of them are metal. There's a middle room and then there's an end room. And I should say, one of these thoughts you've not heard before. There's not really a word to the thought, just thought. Just thinking about thinking.
I'll go that one.
That's one at the end.
I'll go to the end. Go to the end.
The middle is, how do I get out of here? So, Wulf, you wanted to go to the middle one?
Mm-hmm.
Wulf?
I'm gonna follow the big strong guy.
Okay. And the other big strong guy is going to follow the small, scrawny wizard girl. Farron's going to go to the end with you. We'll have Wulf and Rauva roll the initiative.
16.
16 and Rauva?
23.
Okay. So, at the end of the hall, Wulf sort of, I'll say this first. In the middle of the room, Wulf, you're going to open the door and it's barricaded. You're just going to try to shove your way into it. But that's where you're at right now. Meanwhile, you go to the end of the hall. Are you going to just open the door? You just open it and it's unlocked.
Okay.
As the door swings open, there's no flame, no destruction. An investigation check, both you and Farron.
Swear. Oh! 6.
He rolled a 5.
Yikes.
Throw it away.
This dice is trash.
Eat it. Eat the dice.
So, as you walk into this room, you see that there is, a very nice four-post bed. It's probably the nicest room you've seen here, and you've stayed here a couple times. There is upholstery all around that is very nicely done. Bookshelf that's intact. A desk with some notes scrawled onto it in a language you don't recognize. We'll leave it there for a second. Wilumo and Wulf down the hall. Wulf, you shove one last time against the door, and it swings open, and you just see there's a banister. That's the wrong word. There's an overhanging part of the roof that has cut the room across. And underneath it, you see there is currently some sort of humanoid wedged underneath some debris. And their feet are barely wiggling.
Okay, I'm gonna lift the debris.
Strength check. Wilumo, what are you doing while this happens?
I'm gonna be his cheerleader and give some bardic inspiration.
All right. So, are you just gonna say something, or are you gonna sing something?
I'm singing. I'm cheering. I'm like, let's go, big strong man. Let's go. You got this.
Okay. And what is your bardic inspiration die?
1d8.
So you can add a D8 to your roll if you'd like.
Okay, it's an 18, so
It is a success. You manage to lift the debris, and you do take. My D6 over there. 4 points of fire damage with the large burning log that you have to lift and move out of the way. Then, as you begin to finish shifting the debris off, you see currently unconscious is a good way to put it, but there is bloodied face and body, and their arms are singed with burns, and it is Rika playing here. So what would you like to do?
I'm gonna pick her up, I guess.
Okay.
Carefully.
Okay.
And try to start making my way back to the front door.
Make a ginger check. Make a gingerly check. Let's see. Just do a nature check.
A nature check?
Yeah, because that's something you're not good at.
21.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you managed to just, thinking of like a baby deer in the woods, you pick up your unconscious, bloodied, burned wife and begin making your way down the staircase. Lumo, are you following him, or are you going to go down the other end? What would you like to do?
I'll follow him.
You?
No.
You and Farron in this room, it's just a room. You sense, how long does the thought last?
A minute.
In the fading seconds, you just sense that this room is full of thought. Not of thought.
We didn't see anyone.
Not right now, you don't. Not with your full investigation checks. You make one more in the last 20 seconds of this challenge.
Come on.
Now, as you sort of rub your eyes to get the soot out of them, the prettiness fades to just a flat room. And you see standing in one corner a purple-skinned tiefling with purple antlers coming out of the center of their head. Let me turn this off.
Oh!
They're wearing these red and blue robes that are very elegant, and a crown with an H written on it, as well as a scepter in hand. And as soon as you see them, he sort of smiles. How do I find you? You watch as a bright light emanates from his staff. I'll pause there again. As this beam of energy comes shooting out of King Hasatan's staff, I get
Just me.
you and Farron and Wilumo and Wulf all make Constitution saving throws.
Fucking hell.
I'm last man outside.
And where are you? You're
Very-
you're by the university at this point.
Yeah, I'm with Chuck and all
You're
the.
just out of range.
Yeah.
I'm sad. Okay, that's not bad.
My cons is so bad.
Wilumo
18.
Oh shit.
and Wulf.
18.
Nice. There's only a +1.
Was yours a 19? Okay. Four saves. Everyone else, though, watch as Farron keels over in pain. And this is going for Wilumo and
I
Wulf as well. But we'll talk about what exactly is going on with them in a moment. As pain shoots from their feet all the way up to the center of their chests, like they're about to throw up, but they can't get anything to come out, and their mouths are stuck in just like this gaping position. Where they're all letting out this like faint scream. They can't really come out. And all that Hasatan did was hit his staff to the ground. You saw the surge come out as he said pain. He cast power word pain on the party. And as they're all keeled over, you're left here standing alone. Meanwhile, before we continue this exact conversation, Wulf, need a concentration check.
A concentration check?
This is another Constitution saving throw. It's going to be based on you holding your wife as you go surging into pain. As you're approaching
15?
the edge of this. What was that?
15?
Oh, as you keel over in pain, you're sort of trying to stop it, and Wilumo, you don't. You just you hit the ground and you start rolling a little bit.
Oh my
Dead.
God.
You're trailing behind Wulf, and Wulf, first your knee hits the ground, and then the other, and then your arms tense, and you feel yourself squeezing on Rika. So you instinctually sort of let her go. And as you do, she set onto the end of the staircase, right before the edge of the stairs. Then as you begin to keel over, you sort of nudge her. She begins to roll off the edge.
Oh my God.
Gives you one chance. Make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage to catch her. You do still have the Bardic Inspiration die from Wilumo because you didn't use that.
Would it be straight since I have advantage on dex saves that I can see?
Yeah, it'd be straight.
Okay. And I'm gonna add the d8.
He's gonna Gwen Stacy this one.
No!
Oh my god.
Good job.
That's all I thought. That's all I
13
thought.
plus 7.
20, even. So, as you reach out, you manage to just catch her by the foot. She's sort of just dangling as you're keeling in pain. Just barely keeping yourself from, squeezing her ankle. Back in the room. What do you want to do? You can either let him speak or you can do something. You have 1 second to decide.
I'm gonna do a. I feel like I can't do anything.
You can use your spell slots on detect thoughts.
I have first level slots, but
I encourage you.
I'm gonna throw a chromatic forbidden. Hit.
Does hit. The orb goes flying out of your hand through the air, and it goes straight into his chest. Hits the wall behind him.
Oh, fucking course.
As he sort of smiles, and all of you hear an echo. If you don't continue looking for me, give back what is mine. His body fades away. So, after a couple of minutes, all of you can gather yourselves. However, before those minutes pass, Wulf, You're going to you can feel you're going to be spending a few minutes in pain. What are you doing as you're sort of beginning to keel over, holding Rika by her ankle?
I'm gonna pull her back up and just like set her down like carefully where nothing's gonna happen.
One sec. You sort of pull her up and set her down just enough where her head's resting on the stairs. Then you keel over in pain and let out the screams as necessary. And as you look up, both you and Wilumo, you see a stream of purple kind of just go past you in the air. As Asatan is going back through his astral connection to himself.
That's weird.
Yeah, sussy.
That's like
Wilumo just stumbled upon this. He's been here the whole time.
yeah.
I start crying.
What are you doing in the room?
I want to go to Farah and be like,
Sort of writes himself, and like you see like sort of blood in his teeth, like gritting so hard.
help him up.
He's standing like, let's get the hell out of here, and he begins sort of like walking slowly towards the door.
I'm gonna try to help him as best as I can.
He manages to right himself once you step out, and seeing Wulf, Rika, and Wilumo all keeled over, he walks up and he's going to try to pick up Wilumo. The natural 19, he picks up the halfling and sort of like sets him on his shoulder.
I'm still crying.
And he feels the tears running down his back and he doesn't care. All of you still have pain. You can move enough to function.
I'm just gonna tell him like the king was in there, but he was actual projecting.
Astral projecting.
Favorite feature. Wulf, you manage to get up and pick up Rika. All of you find a way across that gap easily enough. Then as you get down to the bottom, there's just a field of things to avoid. Flames and spikes and falling debris. The tavern is now coming down on itself. I get everyone to make an athletics check as they leave.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's like my worst.
That's my worst.
If you're in pain, you will have disadvantage.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
There's one more check you'll make as well, so you're not quite done yet.
11.
Oh.
Also 11.
That's the worst I could possibly get on athletics, pretty much.
Wilumo fails. Wulf fails. Farin fails.
6, I fail.
Rauva fails.
I have a -1.
Rika is unconscious. So it's an auto fail. But it doesn't matter because she's being carried. Farron sets you back down once you can move enough. That way you're not really like holding onto each other. You can fight your own battles here. All of you, as you're running across this, you can constantly touch that piece of metal that's too hot. I'm trying to get your grip. A couple of you fall and scrape your knees a time or two. Can I get you all to now make Constitution saving throws? If you had succeeded the last, you would not be making this check.
No.
Because the heat has gotten so intense and it's burning down on you. Trying to determine how well you're handling your heat.
19.
19 for Wilumo. And Wulf?
16.
16?
5.
5 and a 9. So, you and Favorite both suffer 7 points of fire damage. The Wilumo and Wulf both suffer 3 points of fire damage. So, as all of you continue pushing through, you eventually emerge through the hole as the tavern exit. Looking across the street, seeing your unconscious friend and your others all sort of jumping rough outside. And then you hear a creaking and a cracking. You can watch the tavern collapse in on itself. Only the front wall left, the first floor. And 1 second. Let me... Okay. As you all gather yourselves and sort of come together across the street, currently Chuck is still unconscious, and that's all we know. What would you all like to do? I assume at some point you're going to sit down and assess Rika.
Yeah.
Alice told us to meet him right after we were done.
You all come together outside of the university, not quite all the way up. Chuck does blink a bit. He reaches into his pouch and drinks some of his little water. Barely. He has 1 hit point. And can I get Wulf and anybody that wants to make a check on Rika to make a medicine check?
Oh, I had some good luck earlier. I'll make another one.
Nobody will make it as well.
Oh shit! Yes.
Mine was a 4.
Mine was also a 4.
Oh,
But you got a good one.
Louise is an 11.
not 2022.
She is barely conscious.
Oh.
And it's at a point that you're all tapped on spells.
Yeah.
So the best thing to do would be to heal her and save her. But even that might not do it because you can sense that there's a lot of physical damage here. It's going to take a lot to overcome.
Was it really that it's
I do have. I have 1 potion.
All right.
I
I walk up. I walk up to her. And I crack my knuckles. I'm like, don't worry, guys. Your bestest friend, Wilumo, he got this. And I cast Healing Word.
Go ahead and roll for the heal. And then, like I said, no one's certain if any healing will work, but it's definitely worth trying.
Jordan, did you happen to catch what that was? I did it on D&D Beyond.
It says 3.
Oh. Okay. So she heals 3 hit points. It does. Let me see. I'm going to pick a good d20 for this.
And I'm gonna give her my last potion.
Go ahead and roll for it. Find the outbash.
14.
So you dealt 14 points of healing. Wilumo dealt 3 points of healing. Let me see if Billy has anything that she needs.
what's happening? Can I bring the cup? Atlas, you there?
He does respond. Yes, where are you?
We just got out of the tavern and we're trying to help Rika. Think of this?
Yeah.
Oh.
This building's not safe.
University?
Right.
We meet somewhere else.
Tell your friend Wilumo to speak to Uncle Phil.
Okay. How do you know?
Please respond.
Okay, love you, bye then.
So, as for Rika, the damage she took from the fireballs was coupled with also the building collapsing on top of her. And so your healing, it is not enough to stabilize her. It is enough to bring her to for a few moments. So she sort of puts a hand to your cheek, Wulf. If you have anything to say, this would be the time to do so.
I'm just gonna say like, save your strength. It's okay. You'll be okay.
She uses her other hand and grabs your face just in her hands. She smiles with a couple of tears come out. She doesn't say anything, but you can sort of feel what she's saying. You know.
Is Floen nearby?
Yeah, he's sitting on the stairs currently playing with the deceased puppet.
Oh,
Doesn't really notice what's going on.
I'm just gonna lay her down so she's comfortable. Basically, I'm gonna like put my bedroll under her head.
Okay.
And yeah,
She, her hands, both of them kind of, one of them goes onto her chest, the other to her side. She brings one that fell to her side back up and sticks something, a paper, into your pocket, in the inside of your vest pocket. And she just sort of smiles as her eyes close and a life leaves her. We'll pick up that next time. So for us, that means here in just a second. But for everyone else, that's next week. So thank you all for joining us. Hope you had as much fun as we did, and we'll see you next time we venture into Albastia.